All right, welcome back to the S7 podcast, and we are finally recording these kind of more recently now. So the baby's here and actually in Renee's arms right now, and Renee's back on the podcast.
Hi, everybody. Long time no talk.
So today we're gonna talk about.
Hungry.
Oh boy.
We have to feed the baby first.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pause this, and we're gonna talk about
She's acting like she wants to go to sleep. What do you want, girl?
She doesn't know.
Don't know what she wants.
And there's Hazel.
Hi, Hazel. She's been hesitant on coming up here ever since we brought her home.
Yeah.
It's been a month now.
So today we are going to talk about Mickey Waffles.
Oops, look up for a second. And today she just turned 1 month old, so she's still as precious as ever, but yeah. Hazel. Ugh, cat. Okay.
So also we're going to talk about the Emporium.
Yeah. That store is huge.
And then last but not least, we've got a special guest coming to join us on this one. We're going to have your brother talking a little bit about the presidential seal at the Hall of Presidents.
Yeah, he's a high school teacher. Social studies teacher.
He's also a pretty good-sized YouTuber now.
Yes, and you have to go subscribe to his channel.
But we'll talk about that a little bit more later.
Yes, we'll put it in the description as well.
Yeah. Okay, so first topic, Mickey Waffles. So at Disney World and Disneyland, they are absolutely everywhere.
Like in Tokyo, Sorry, I'm distracted.
Actually, yes, they are in every single Disney park.
Yeah, Tokyo, Disneyland, Paris, Disneyland Paris, Disney World, Disneyland in California.
It's kind of like the Coca-Cola brand. Mickey Waffles are pretty much recognizable across the globe.
They just serve them. Each park serves them differently.
Yeah. So the funny thing with these are, with how iconic they are, there was never any real record. Disney didn't really record where they first started serving them, or even like when the first one was served.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting when I read about that.
At least it's not really public if it is.
I wonder if they'll ever find out.
I don't know. There's people that have been trying to research it for a long time, and they're dedicating a lot of time to going through people's pictures and stuff, trying to find it, and nobody's had much luck yet. So before the Mickey Waffles, do you know what the breakfast specialty was?
Wasn't it like... I already forgot.
It was kind of like waffles, but simpler.
Pancakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they were talking about like something else.
So the Mickey Pancakes actually started it all.
Yeah. I've got. I mean, who hadn't grown up with Mickey Pancakes? I mean, when you're a kid, you have Mickey Pancakes. You have your mom make you Mickey Pancakes.
Yeah. So in the 1980s, I didn't realize it was just barely older than us, the Mickey Waffles. But it was in the 80s that Disney began working with their suppliers of batter and waffle irons to see if they could make one with the Mickey shape. So, for how iconic they are, do you think you know who would have been the creator of it?
Well, no, it'd be the 80s, so,
It's a trick question.
A what?
It's a trick question.
Wait, do you know the answer?
There was not a single chef that came up with the idea. It was actually spread through.
Yeah, that's right.
It was spread through almost the entire company, including the Imagineering. Imagineering was involved with approving the artwork, and they actually had to perfect the mold design to make sure that when syrup and butter got spread all over it, didn't destroy the shape.
You had me read about that, but I already forgot. No, I really thought when you asked that question, I really thought you meant, like, do you know who could have possibly, or like, can you guess who did it? Not like one person, not, it's like, wait, no, it wasn't just one person.
Yeah. So, how many waffle irons do you think are around Disney that have that?
300? No, was it 300?
Yeah, it's estimated somewhere over 300.
Yeah.
You caught that one.
Well, some things I remember when I read.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what article we got that off of.
It was off of myrecipe.com, I think. Yeah, myrecipes.com.
Yeah, it was off of My Recipes.
Yeah.
And I think they quoted AJ from Disney Food Blog a little bit.
Yeah. She has some pretty interesting videos and blogs.
Yeah. So, considering the fact that Disney waffles are Mickey waffles are absolutely everywhere in the parks, how many do you think are served every year?
Millions. No.
It is millions.
Yeah.
It is over 7.9 million
Was it off of
Mickey waffles
That's right.
sold.
I just skimmed that right here. Okay.
Yeah.
This was off of the Disney Rewards site.
Yeah, this was an article listing all the. We'll get into that in a second.
Yeah. Yeah, that just referencing where we got our information.
Yeah. But yeah, there's over 7.9 million sold just at Walt Disney World and Walt Disneyland each year.
Wow.
That's kind of crazy. So, let's do some speed listing. So, Mickey Pancakes started the whole thing with the iconic character being in all the food, and Trinity's trying to join in.
She wants to talk. Right. She has something to say too.
Yep. So we started with Mickey Pancakes, and then we got into Mickey Waffles. What other Mickey-shaped foods are there?
Well, let's see. There's the Mickey ice cream bars. Those are another favorite. The Mickey pretzel, the ice cream sandwich. There's brownies also.
Oh, I was asking you to go off the top of your head, not look at the article like a cheater.
Oh, well, I'm not. I already had it up, so because I was trying to reference it.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I already knew all those anyway.
Yeah.
I didn't need a cheat.
So try going off the top of your head with the rest of them.
Okay. So I got pretzel, ice cream bar, ice cream sandwich down. What else did they have? You
saw brownies.
Yeah. I didn't even know about that one. What else did we have? Cupcakes? No.
There are cupcakes.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're not all. They're not all Mickey shaped though.
No, but there are Mickey shaped cupcakes.
Yeah, there.
Rice Krispie treats.
Yeah, Rice Krispie treats.
I don't think we've ever had this one, but Jell-O.
Really? Huh. What about? There's lots of like desserts, like ice cream and stuff. Like I know there's an ice cream sandwich and ice cream bar, but
we got sundaes.
Yeah.
Funnel cakes.
Oh yeah, funnel cake.
Cakes. Just cakes.
Regular cakes. We got to get a cake when we go down there sometime.
Yeah.
You can order them special. I keep running into your hand.
Oh, sorry. When we went down on our second trip, remember that burger I got at?
Oh yeah, that's right. The burger from Cosmic Rays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a macaroni and cheeseburger.
That was really good. I got a bite of that.
It had Mickey stamped on the bun.
Yeah. And they don't just make them in treats, right?
Nope. So like I just mentioned the burger. They have Mickey-shaped sushi.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not even a big sushi fan. But I do need to still try the frushi at Epcot at I think it's during their flower. Is it their food? It's either their food and
Flower
wine.
and Garden.
It is Flower and Garden, that's right. And we never got to go to Flower and Garden yet. I haven't gone to any of those festivals yet. But
apparently there's also cheese and crackers. Churros.
Oh, duh, churros.
Gummies.
Yeah, gummies.
Lollipops.
Candy.
Lots of candy. Tarts.
Like sweet tarts?
Going back to our breakfast items, there's butter shaped in Mickey.
Oh. Really? Butter?
So.
Have we had that?
Cookies.
Oh. Well, yeah, cookies. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah. So there's one that we haven't listed that I thought was absolutely unique, and it's incredible. And it's only at Epcot because they only grow it at Epcot.
Let me see if I can guess. As I didn't read this article.
And I think that it was served at the Garden Grill.
Really? Okay.
It's not a whole meal. It's
Hash brown?
No, it's not a whole meal. It's just a part of a meal.
Part of a meal.
It's one of the ingredients.
Oh.
It's kind of a hidden Mickey of a meal.
I know. I'm trying to think It's
in a salad.
Oh, a crouton?
No.
No?
There are Mickey-shaped cucumbers.
Really?
Sliced cucumber.
That must be hard to make.
I'm sure.
I don't remember seeing that. Well, no, we only ate breakfast at Garden Grill so far, so we didn't.
Yeah, we didn't go
we
for
haven't even
lunch
tried,
or dinner, so we didn't see any salads.
We'll have to try lunch there sometime next time.
Yeah, we will.
Maybe. I really like Garden Grill.
So yeah, that's what we've got for Mickey Waffles. We were trying to look for items that we thought would have some history to them. Well, I was really surprised that there's not much history to this. It just kind of appeared.
I didn't even know there was so many other Mickey-shaped food items out there.
Yeah. So this history episode's not off to a good start since we didn't have much history to talk about with this one. Hopefully the next couple have some more history.
But it's good information to,
Yeah,
to learn about.
definitely. So while we were staying at the hotel outside of Disney on our one extra day on our last trip, you remember the pictures I showed you of that? Actually, no, we walked by when we went to breakfast. You remember the pictures on the wall?
Oh, yeah, at that one hotel?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So it was these pictures of Mickey in different stages of jumping through a lasso. And so I did some research on that because I thought it's got to be from like an old cartoon or something. It's actually from an antique flip book that used to be sold at Disney. And I believe the one with the lasso is from the 70s. So,
do you remember what hotel it was at?
I don't remember what hotel it was.
It was somewhere in Florida, of course. It was outside of Disney. Just outside of Disney Springs, I think, or just right by.
So, since we can't think of it right now, wait for it. It's going to pop up on the screen in 3, 2, 1. There it is. I remember that one, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we totally hammed that up. So yeah, that's it's all images from a flip book that used to be a souvenir at Disney.
Mm.
So not much history, but it's an antique.
How old? Do you know what year it came out?
All I was able to figure out is in the 70s, it looked like.
So way before we were born.
So I went on eBay and stuff and found some that were on sale for, I think, $40.
Wow, they're going for a lot.
Yeah, there's some that are cheaper, and it all just depends on how good of condition they're in, but it'd be kind of neat to have.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Neat little souvenir. Shows you
collector there.
Animation in progress.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I had for that one.
Cool.
Our history episode's not going too good. Little smidgen of history in there, but not much. So next up, we've got the Emporium on Main Street, USA. The picture is actually one of the windows in the Emporium. It's one of the windows displays the Beauty and the Beast window, which is
my favorite. Yeah.
So I was trying to see if we could find some history behind those, and there's really not much detail on them. Guessing that they were added in when the Emporium was put in. But I have no idea because I was having trouble finding much information about them. So instead, we're going to just talk about the Emporium in general. So the Emporium on Main Street, USA in Walt Disney World, it opened October 1st, 1971.
The Beauty and the Beast one did?
No, the whole store.
Oh.
And it's been remodeled multiple times. So you know that one little side street that there is? About halfway down, there's a little side street that you can go into. On one side, opposite the Emporium.
Which one was that? I mean, I can think Main Street. It's on Main Street, but what are you talking about?
So you get halfway down Main Street, and then on one side, there's this little side street you can go down to kind of relax. It's a little seating area.
Oh, yeah.
So that used to be on both sides. That was Center Street.
Right.
So that was actually part of the second expansion. The first expansion of the Emporium was in 1984, and it ended up taking over the greenhouse flower shop. But in 2001, that's when they closed down the west side of the Center Street and made it just that little alley instead of a cross street. And that was
Did we go down there on our last trip?
I don't think we did our last trip.
Probably why I can't remember it right now.
Probably.
Right.
But yeah, so they filled that in and expanded the Emporium and connected it to basically the entire length of the street. And so one of the details that I never really noticed too much, except for the ones that are really obvious, like Pinocchio's and such, there's a backstory to the Emporium.
Really?
Yeah. So the backstory has it owned by a character from Summer Magic called Osh Popham. I think that's how it's pronounced.
Yeah, that's probably how I would pronounce it too. Osh Popham or Osh Popham.
Yeah, so I never knew there was really a backstory to it.
Or it's either Osh Popham, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know if it'd be Popham, because that'd be kind
Popham.
of... Popham, probably. Popham.
Yeah. I am sure if we saw Summer Magic, we would know what they're talking about. Yeah, that's all I've got for the Emporium right now.
Not as much detail on that. I thought there'd be more detail than that.
Yeah, at least I had a little bit of detail as far as dates go.
Well, I thought we were going to talk more about the display windows.
Yeah, that's what I was wanting to talk more about, but I just had such a hard time finding details.
Well, we can just tell them which ones they have, like what they're all of. Like there's the Aladdin one.
Sure, go for it.
Okay. Well, there's the Aladdin one. And there's one from Peter Pan, I believe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's one from Pocahontas. And what was the other? There's another one.
Little Mermaid.
Yeah, Little Mermaid. Cinderella. Is that all of them? It seems like there was a couple more. I know the Beauty and the Beast ones, we just talked about that one, but
I'm sure there's more, and I just can't think of them at the moment.
Well, anyway, I always love looking at those displays every time we go. I probably take pictures each time.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not just, they're not just still figurines. It's just, they actually move, and it's really neat.
Yeah.
I really enjoy watching them. I can just stand there for several minutes just watching them. So that's a really good thing to look for when you go to the parks.
Yeah.
And Magic Kingdom anyway.
Yep.
So it's fine. But yeah, I always look forward to it.
Me too. Okay, so here in a second, I'm going to let you take a break from this, and we're gonna bring our guest in for your seat. So our guest is actually your brother, Mr. Beat.
Yep, that's his channel's name.
That's his channel's name. He's also a musician. He's actually the one that created the
president songs.
Yeah, he created a song for every president.
He actually got to be on the news for that.
Yeah. And we actually use one of the music portion of that for our ending music for most of our regular videos.
Yeah, and we did mention he's a teacher as well, a high school history, social studies teacher. Mm-hmm.
So he knows his stuff.
Yep.
So we have a picture from the Hall of Presidents, and so we're gonna see if he knows anything about that.
All right, yeah, this is Matt Beat of the channel Mr. Beat. I have a social studies YouTube channel if you want to check it out. But yeah, I have a lot of history videos, and this is right up my alley. The presidential seal is what is used between official correspondence between the president and Congress, and we see it pretty much anywhere where the president is. That seal is present, like usually on the podium, or if there's any like official documents that are related to anything presidential, you'll see it. Should I go into the history of it? Is that what?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, as far as the history of that seal, it's a little vague. Apparently, the first president to actually use something like it was Millard Fillmore. But before that, the Continental Congress actually had something like it as well during the American Revolution. It wasn't officially used until Rutherford B. Hayes was president. Nobody knows who Rutherford B. Hayes or Millard Fillmore was. There are two obscure presidents from the 1800s. It's been used ever since. And as far as like what the seal has on it, there's 13 olives and 13 leaves. So those represent peace, and there's 13 to represent the number of colonies that started out the country. There's also the ribbon that has the motto of the United States, which is, of course, E pluribus unum, which means out of many one, which I'm a big fan of. Let's see, and then there's above the eagles, there's a glory or a halo of gold, and there's 13 white clouds, 13 white stars. Oh, I totally skipped over the other. Yeah, the talon clutches, arrows represent the need to sometimes go to war to protect the nation. That's what the other part of the peace and war part. Okay, I'm all over the place. But yeah, it's been used pretty much ever since the 1870s, and I think most people just kind of take it for granted. It's like that's the logo of the president, but it is actually used. It's stamped on any official correspondence between the president and Congress. So
what would be the significance of it being on display over at the Hall of Presidents in Disney World?
Okay, I mean, I've never. I don't think I've been to the Hall of Presidents in Disney World, but my assumption is because it's the symbol of the office of the presidency, and so it's just the office of the presidency is not about individuals. It's just about like the office is higher, and so it's a respect to the actual office, and so this is a symbol of that. Like if you look back in the history of the United States, there have been, people from varying backgrounds that have made it to that position, and they kind of have to ignore whatever was previously happening in their life and then take on this role. And I think that seal kind of is a good symbol of that role. It's a good way to kind of show the importance of the office.
So one of the significant things I found interesting when I was researching it a little bit was that I think it said it took an act of Congress to be able to put it there. To be able to use the official feel in that manner, like actually have it on display there.
At that specific place.
The only other place that's really displayed is in the White House.
Oh, okay. I get that. I totally misread what your question was. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I just know about the seal itself, like as far as it's used in the White House and official correspondence. So why were they able to use it at Disney? Yeah, you tell me. Do you know why?
I'm going to have to look that up.
Okay, man. Yeah, let me look this up. That is interesting. Because, yeah, that would be... that would be like almost like a trademark thing. Like,
yeah.
For them to... Ooh, look at this. Okay. It's on. Here we go. Historyhub.history.gov. Looks pretty. I definitely want to go to this next time we're there. Well, I don't see it on there. Let me see if it's on this article, the DisneyList.com. Here we go. Ooh, pop-up. Okay, yeah. So the one at the Hall of Presidents is apparently the only place besides the White House where the presidential seal is able to be displayed, and it took an act of Congress to get that to happen. This has been the case since the 70s. Congress had to take a vote and agree that it could be displayed. And so the carpet right when you walk in around the gate is to prevent guests from walking on it, to respect it or make sure there's no damage to it. But yeah, fun fact, the only other place. So I didn't know that until just now looking it up. But
It's always a good day when we can teach the history expert something.
yeah.
Okay, so it was fun to have a guest for a change. And Trinity is waking up, so we're going to have to wrap up here pretty quick. So yeah, that was fun. Hopefully we didn't scare your brother off, and we'll get to do another one of these videos. Hopefully our next history video will have a bit more history to it. That'd be nice, at least.
Yeah.
So coming up on Friday is Valentine's Day. And for a special treat, we did a 360 still tour through the new bar in the Grand Floridian, the Enchanted Rose. So I'm sure that's going to be a very popular Valentine's date location. So for those of you that can't be at Disney, we hope you enjoy being able to see that new location. And then coming up on Monday, we've got President's Day. So we're going to be uploading a wide shot view of the Hall of Presidents show. So you'll be able to see the entire screen, because it's a very, very wide screen. Usually on a normal camera, you can't capture it all, but with our wide shot, we were able to. So you'll be able to see the entire thing. So that's it for today. I don't think there's anything else to say. Well, except for the usual, like and subscribe, and leave a comment if you want. We'll be doing a Q&A video here pretty soon, so if you have any questions you want to ask, go ahead and leave a question in there. And yeah, that's it. So I'm Scott.
And I'm Renee.
And thanks for listening to the S7 podcast.